And now I want to talk about psychology. And I know for the most of the traders I came across in the past, this was the most boring thing to talk about. But those traders who came or became professional more and more and who managed trading, they understood that this topic is of value. And of course, you probably already have experienced and had troubles with it as well. And that's why it's important to talk about. Because what I very often see is, new traders being depressed and frustrated because what you can see in all the chats and communities and groups you're in, that everybody's winning, but you don't. And I was annoyed by this fact as well, and I'm still annoyed by such groups. And usually I leave such groups quite early because you get distracted by all these winning posts, by everybody. You have 200 people in this group, and every day you see a lot of winning posts. But what you don't recognize is it's not always the same people, first of all, who post the trades over and over again, because if there's 200 people, everybody has a winner from time to time, to say it that way, and they post it, and most of the people don't post their losing trades, and that's very unfortunate. In this group, I already saw that there's a few people who post their losing trades to analyze and ask what went wrong, and that's exactly what we should do, because I don't post my winning trades. Sometimes I post, analyses which are marked up before they happen, and everybody is able to see if it works out or if it doesn't work out. And very often it doesn't work out because that's trading. And you should not be distracted by the fact that most people only post the winning trades, because some of them might have entered, I don't know, 3 to 10 times only to post one winning trade, and it's good for them that they won. It's good that they have the success, but don't get distracted and don't get depressed or frustrated by that. And if you have mentors or teachers or coaches, whatever, who only show you, winning trades or hindsight markups, I would actually ask you just to move on, because that's not, we all are the best hindsight traders in the world. I can mark up any chart you want and tell you what happened, but that doesn't help. You need to do what you need to do. So you have to concentrate on your very own journey and don't let yourself distract or frustrate by all these other things. It's your journey. You have to concentrate on your own journey. And then we have the fear of trading. And I was in this situation as well, especially in the beginning. And there's a few reasons why you might be in this situation, that you really have fear of trading, like panic or lack of confidence. It's either because you haven't found your strategy and you're confused, or you're new. You have not backtested your strategy, which means you're probably lazy. I don't mean it bad. I just try to be honest. That's facts, actually. You are trading at too high risk because you're greedy. And as I said, I was in the same position, and all of the 3 points have been valid for myself. You cannot afford to lose the money you trade. That's another point. It usually comes with the greed, because we expect to have all big winnings by all the winners we see in the groups, but just we don't win. And this is this point you should really acknowledge, because you should never trade with the money you cannot afford to lose. And if you can afford to lose it, you might not have hard feelings. And you have to be very honest to yourself when it comes to all these points. And if you cannot find yourself in any of those points, you will not have fear of trading. Believe me, for me, that's a complete fact. And then we have a fear of missing a trade, FOMO, fear of missing out. There's different kinds of FOMOs, like, you marked up the wrong order block and the price went without you, so you jumped in and the price came back because you have been inducement whatsoever. And then there's other people who fear of missing a trade because, for example, all the alerts which Anna and her husband provide, and they cannot think about anything else but the alerts, and they cannot be in front of the charts, and which provides them real hard feelings. And all you have to actually know is you should not hop on any train which is coming by, because that will kill you. You have, believe me when I say, one pair is enough to trade. Once you master SMC, there's not more you need. And of course, if you want to trade honest alerts with several pairs, which is the whole concept behind all of this, and it works, you can do this as well. But you have to understand that you don't have to trade all of the pairs. Make yourself a set of pairs you are interested in, and if an alert appears for this one, because you have low spreads for them or whatever, it's the right time zones for you, concentrate only on them. And I would actually say reduce them until you really know what you do. There will be opportunities every day, and there are opportunities every day. You don't have to think you will miss any opportunity. I think it's the opposite. You will just have an additional loser, probably, because if you have fear of missing a trade, you haven't spent probably enough time to analyze what you want to do. You probably have no trading plan, because this wouldn't fit to a trading plan, and you are not in a position to be a profitable trader anyways at the moment. So this is something you just have to recognize. And in order to gain confidence, there's also a few topics you should actually consider, like spend some time on the charts and backtest. That's the most important one, actually, from my point of view. You have to spend the time on the charts, and if you do one-on-one, you will be forced to do that anyways as homework, and you will see a real improvement, because the real improvement, once you have understood what the single SMC topics are, comes with backtesting. Or you trade a demo account, and I did this also in the beginning, but I was bored quite soon by trading a demo account. And we have to be honest, it's not the same as trading a live account. Some people can manage to trade a demo account and then go to live. That's fantastic if you can do it. But if you are like me and you are just bored, and I mean, trading should be boring, but in this case, if you're just bored and you still don't make any steps further, you probably start with a 100 USD account or a micro account and trade live. But practice your risk management with this 100 USD account. And if you can flip this account or grow this account with 100 USD, that's exactly when you can make the steps forward. But if you keep losing the money with this 100 USD account, or even blow it up, well, then that's not the right time to go to make the next step. Because trading also means that you will lose very often, and you have to accept that fact. It doesn't mean that you always win, and there is nobody out there that always wins. Even ICT says very often that he, of course, doesn't win all his trades. He just spends more time, doesn't trade everything, and is very picky when it comes to his trades. But in the end, when your winners cover your losses, everything is good, because that's our main goal. It's our business. We have to be aware about the risk we take. And over time, you will improve step by step. And if you consider the following, that's what I did, in fact, to improve. If you lose 1 USD per trade in your 100 USD account, would you create any feelings, or would you be afraid of losing? No, you would probably be annoyed at some point because you still haven't understood it, but it would not make you bankrupt, or I don't know, provide any bad feelings. It's completely okay. And something I want to point out again is that losing is very normal in trading, but fear is not. And if you have fear in trading, you have to adapt right now. And I think by reading those few lines I provided to you, even if they might be boring to a lot of people, this will improve. Over time, you will find out by yourself that everything I just mentioned is a fact, and it's a no-brainer. But if you are not in this position at the moment because you have feelings when you trade, you might consider some of the points I just provided to you. And also something I want to point out is that we have to change our mindset from gambling to business. I started in a gambling style because I watched a lot of videos when it comes to forex trading where people say, you just have, it's just like in a casino, you have to only have two directions. It's buy or sell. And you just, can apply like things like martingale or some other things. But you find out that you blow one account after the other. And it might make sense at one point that you understand if you want to be a pro trader at some point in time, you have to tackle everything when it comes to trading like your business. And for a business, we have to learn and invest first to perform best. And I know also I was tired to hear people saying if you want to learn it, you have to invest, because I also have invested so much money to make steps forward. I think all of us have, and we are really tired of hearing that you have to invest. The problem is, of course, if you invest with the wrong people, then you have wasted your money. Unfortunately, that's a lesson you had to learn the hard way. And I think we all gone through this one. But you have, unfortunately, to invest time. You have to invest money. Not much from my point of view. If you have the right mentors, all this is in a, let's say, keeps its balance. That's really okay. But I think you have to be really talented if you can make it yourself, to be honest, by not investing any money and just trading on your mobile phone MT4 because you don't have anything else. I saw people doing this, and I know people who do this, and I have the biggest respect. I know I wouldn't be able to do so. And for everybody else who is not as talented as they are, like me, we have to spend some money, we have to spend some time, we have to get the right skills combined with the right tools. And the question is, are you prepared for this business? Do you have the correct broker? Because I came across also on one-on-ones where people might not have the correct broker, but that's your main working tool. You have to select a new one if this is not the case. And if some of my one-on-one students listen now, I don't mean to make anything bad what I've learned from you. I just want to take the things you struggle with in order to improve the situation for everybody else. So I hope you don't take it, you don't take anything bad if I come up with those things here. And I hope you don't think I talk about you personally. It might not be you, it might be more students, But I think it's worth, and I'm happy and I'm glad that we found out that this is a problem for some of you. So all I want to address here is you have to have the correct broker, which is regulated, which has low spreads and a correct data feed. So this is your baseline. If you don't have this one, that's a point you have to work on. It's your business. You want to get that corrected. You have to have a good and simple to use trading software or trading computer. Again, if you are very talented and you can work on your mobile phone, well, that's good for you. And I'm always happy to support you with anything you struggle. But I think most of us cannot. And if you are not as talented, you might have to have a computer where you can do, all your backtestings and so on, because on a mobile phone, backtesting, I don't know if it's even possible. You have to have a good positioning sizing tool or risk management tool, because it takes away so much stress and it will provide you consistency automatically. If you have the right tool, like the StarseedFX tool, it's a no-brainer for you. Then you just can concentrate on trading. You don't have to start calculating and do all of these things. It's done automatically for you. And it's not a big investment, but it's an investment in your business. You have to have the right tools to be good in your business. It's the same as if you have a workshop. If you don't have the right tools, you still might be a good mechanic or whatever, but others might still be better and more performant and so on, because they have things which just take away a lot of work for them, which you might not have. It's in any business. You have to have your correct baseline, and you have to have your tools in order to make this business working. Of course, what you also have to have is a good and reliable internet access. So if you don't have one at the moment, you better get one. Well, in the end, if you don't trade EAs, it's not as critical because you set a stop loss and a take profit, and then it's stored on the server. You are fine with this one. It's depending on your internet access, anyways. But I think it's a good point to still have. And you want to have a business, or in our case, a trading plan, which clearly states what you want to do, what you want to achieve, and so on. And you want to have the time to learn and the time to trade. I know somehow this sounds now ridiculous, but you have to have this one. Otherwise, it doesn't make sense. If you have no time to learn and you have no time to trade, and you have to be honest to yourself, it will not work. As obvious as it sounds. But I just wanted to make you aware about this. And for the trading plan, we jump into